Now, moving on, the prosecutor of the International Criminal Court, ICC, Karim Khan, says despite a lack of belief in the delivery of justice and the possibility of peace in Libya, it is not mission impossible. He made this remark while addressing the United Nations Security Council for the first time ever on Libyan soil. It was also the first time that the prosecutor of ICC has been to Libya in a decade. Moses Imendi again with the details in this report.
It has been up to a decade since Libya descended into a state of anarchy following the killing of its longtime leader Colonel Muammar Gaddafi in 2011. Following Gaddafi's death, the oil-rich and once prosperous North African nation descended into anarchy, with rival militias fighting for control of natural resources and territory. The country was split into two, with rival administrations in the east and west, each supported by militias and foreign governments that sought to gain positions of influence in a future stable Libya. The political volatility and the proliferation of armed groups sparked violence and instability across the country, killing hundreds of thousands of people. Both sides and their allies have been accused of gross human rights violations, but up to date, no single Libyan has been brought to justice. This has led to the belief by many in the country that justice may never come. Not necessarily, says Karim Khan, Chief Prosecutor of the International Criminal Court, ICC. He believes justice and peace can return to Libya if there is a will to look at new ways of working together and coalescing around human values.
So whilst there is a lack of belief in the delivery of justice, in the possibility of peace, I also emphasize that this is not mission impossible. If we are willing to forge new partnerships, if we're willing to look at new ways of working together, if we're willing to coalesce around human values, not just legal norms, but those legal norms emerge and spring from those human values, I do believe we can do much better in delivering justice for the people of Libya. And hopefully that will assist in a wider hope for sustainable peace in this very ancient and wonderful land.
The people of Libya have had to live through some of the hardest and most despicable times imaginable, despite pledges of support from the international community. A sense of desperation permeates the air. Notwithstanding, the ICC chief prosecutor says such sentiments must not be allowed to take root in the Libyan psyche.
There is fatigue in Libya. There is this sentiment that we've heard it all before. What is the international community doing? What are you at the ICC doing? We talk about justice, but we don't see it and we don't feel it. And one survivor said, we keep hearing about justice. We keep hearing about the ICC. Where are the results? We need these promises to be turned into reality. We can't allow a sentiment to become pervasive that impunity is inevitable.
Libya is a country of immense potential. It is rich in mineral and strategically located, but this is also its cause, hence the destabilization and meddling by external forces. The country's permanent representative to the United Nations, Tahir El-Soni, also addressed the Security Council and reaffirmed Libya's commitment to holding accountable and punishing perpetrators of crimes and violations, but stressed such prosecutions will be under Libyan national law in spite of any challenges. His statement seems to suggest that Libya would like to hold trials within Libya itself, as the country's judicial system was competent enough to guarantee fair trial for all suspects. The ICC only gets involved in trials when the concerned state shows unwillingness or incapability in trying suspects. The visit of the ICC chief prosecutor to Libya, the first in 10 years, will no doubt offer fresh hope to a people who have so long waited for the return of stability and normalcy to their lives. Recent clashes between rival factions in the capital Tripoli back in August aroused fears that Libya could plunge into further chaos, a possibility which may only make the pursuit of peace and justice much more distant. Moses Imende, Eyeafrica News.